Let's take a look at the key. From up to down, we can lock the car, long press to close windows. We can unlock the car, long press to open windows. We can press twice to open or close the trunk, and press once during the process to pause. Last, we can press and hold to start or turn off the vehicle. Now we're going to unlock and pretend to enter the vehicle. Press the brake pedal to start the car. Next, let's take a look at the steering wheel. On the left, we have ADAS controls. But first, we need to activate ADAS. ACC is now activated, but we can also choose other ADAS modes.
ACC activated.
We can increase or decrease following distance. Press the rotary knob once to adjust the speed by 1 unit, or hold to adjust by 5. When decreasing, holding will continuously decrease by 1 unit. Pressing on the ADAS button again has no reaction. But when we shift into park gear, ADAS will automatically deactivate.
ACC deactivated.
Here we can switch between the menus in the left tube of the instrument cluster. And next, we can press to access the AVM camera views. On the right side, we can use the arrow buttons to switch modes.
The autobiography.
Scroll the rotary knob to adjust the volume, and press to mute or unmute. Below, we can access voice assistants, access the phone, pick up a call, access recent calls, and redial. The last button allows us to reject a call or switch between the menus in the right tube of the instrument cluster. We can then use the right rotary knob as a confirm button to press and access options or submenus. Moving on, let's take a look at the instrument cluster. We can use the button on the left side of the steering wheel to control the left tube, which mainly includes driving information, and further past 50 km AEC, we can press and hold to reset. In the middle, we have our vehicle animation, and on the right side, we have media, navigation, which has both small and full view, the speed limit, and the timer, which we can press and hold to enter sport mode and enable the timer. Next, for the head unit, first we have the drop-down menu. We have shortcuts, vehicle control, and we can adjust the volume and brightness. On the upper bar, we have the time display, the speed limit, media source, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, USB connection, internet connection, PM 2.5 index, and notifications. On the home page, we can swipe to change wallpapers. Click the icon on the left to switch themes and customize wallpapers. The next button allows us to switch to the navigation desktop. Below, we have the widgets. We cannot delete the default widgets, but we can press and drag to adjust their order. On the far right, we have the option to add apps to the homepage as widget shortcuts. We can add a maximum of 8 apps. For the added apps, we can press and hold to enter edit mode and remove them. Or we can also drag to adjust their order. On the lower bar, we have the return button, the home button, settings shortcut, climate controls, the app menu, which includes the search bar, recently used apps, and my apps. Next is split screen mode, which presents 2 individual screens, and we are also able to switch orders between a main and secondary screen. We can also tap here to disable the right feature. However, we cannot adjust the size of each screen. Dragging will bring us back into full screen mode. On the far right, we can press to rotate the head unit 90 degrees. The system is quite well integrated with the vertical display. We have the drop-down menu, the home page, we can swipe to switch wallpapers, we have navigation, the widgets, the app menu, and let's enter one of the features. We can see that the submenus are all located at the top of the page. However, Android Auto and Apple CarPlay can only be accessed in the horizontal display. Connecting will automatically rotate the head unit. We can swipe up to access our recently opened apps. Pressing and holding has no reaction. We can swipe up to delete or tap to clear all. Last, let's take a look at all the features. We have AC, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, Amazon Music, albums, AVM, BYD Assistant, Data Monitor, File Manager, Manual, Media Center, My Car, Navigation, Phone, Settings, Smart Charging, Spotify, Themes, BYD Store, and Stingray Karaoke. Moving down, let's take a look at the center console. We have our wireless charging pad, the hazard lights, blind spot detection, auto hold, automatic climate control, air vent control, front windshield heating, the start or stop button, energy recuperation. We can toggle for high or standard. Here we can switch drive modes, press to mute or unmute, and we can scroll to adjust the volume. In the middle, we have our gear knob. We can switch to drive gear. To switch to neutral gear, we have to push and hold. Reverse gear. Below, we can press to switch to park gear. Now let's turn off the power, and we are going to lock the vehicle with the key.